2. On tonight's Clubhouse Live, our lovable host, Josh Jones, returns. Happy Vince, Bad Vince. We'll look back on Sunday's Packers-Vikings tie at Lambeau. And what's up with that roughing the passer penalty? We'll get his thoughts. Plus, we're going old school with Clubhouse Live Challenge. Now it's time to get started, so let's open the door. Hit it, hit it. Hey, everybody, welcome back to the Clubhouse Sports Pub Grill here inside the Paper Valley Hotel in downtown Appleton, Wisconsin. I am Brett Christopherson with USA Today Network Wisconsin. How's everybody doing this Monday night? All right, some good energy following kind of a weird game. We'll talk about that in a second, but I've got some introductions to make. First, I want to give a shout-out to our door openers tonight. How about Kat and Adele, both from Appleton? Look at those cute faces. So thank you so much for that. We're going to go from some cute faces to one ugly little face right over there.
Oh.
That's when I got to introduce the other member of our Clubhouse Live crew.
Yes.
It's a Chicago Bears fan, Ricardo Arguello.
Oh, Brett, can we wrap this up quick? I got to watch a game, my friend.
You
got a game on.
You want to watch
the Bears and the
You want to watch the
Seahawks.
Brewer game tonight?
No,
Is that what
I don't.
You're saying,
actually.
right, everybody?
No.
Yeah. Hey, what's up with the shades, Ricardo?
Well, let me tell you, the Bears' future looks so bright. I got to wear shades, my friend.
Okay. I just looked at Josh when you said that. He's not amused.
No, he's not.
He's not
But,
amused. I tell you what, I'll get back to you in a little bit, but I also want to give a spontaneous, impromptu shout-out. I believe she's right over here somewhere. Is there a Carla who's celebrating a birthday today? Carla, happy birthday. All right, so how do you guys think about Green Bay Packers 29, Minnesota Vikings 29?
A C.
Yeah, not too happy. Well, the good news, the Packers didn't lose. The bad news, they didn't win either. But it was definitely an odd game, which ended in an odd way as Green Bay v. Minnesota ended in a 29-29 deadlock. Both teams had opportunities to seal the victory, but the tie was clinched when former Vikings kicker now, Daniel Carlson, missed his third field goal attempt of the game. This time a 35-yarder. As time expired in overtime, it sailed wide right. And overtime was needed thanks to a very questionable roughing the passer penalty, people, right? Ricardo, this is one night where they're not mad at you as
Well,
much
it
as
was
they are.
questionable.
Tony
I agree with you
Corrente.
on that.
Well, I tell you what, looked like Jair Alexander had the pick in the game winner, but unfortunately that's not the case. So I wondered, was it going to be Mad Vince or Happy Vince? It's Mad Vince tonight. It's Mad Vince. Because winning isn't everything, Ricardo. It's the only thing.
That's right.
Ties don't count when it comes to Mad Vince. So he's not happy about that, and he hates the refs right now too, I think. So let's try to lighten up the mood and lighten up Vince because we didn't chase him away. Our co-host is back. It's Green Bay Packers safety Josh Jones. He's right there. And hanging out with Josh Jones tonight is Josh Jones. He's right there. We're really kind of winging it right now, Ricardo. You know what happens when I have to go off script. It doesn't go very well, so I'm a little worried about this. But Devon House was supposed to be here. Unfortunately, a medical condition seems to be keeping him back. We'll let Josh explain what's going on, but we'll get to that in here in a little bit. First, though, I want to thank our sponsor, Shopko, the official hometown store of the Green Bay Packers. Shopko is celebrating kids who are making a positive impact in their communities and beyond through its Kids Making a Difference program, in which 10 kids this season, young leaders between the ages of 6 and 12, will serve as Shopko's kickoff kid at Lambeau Field. And serving as Shopko's kickoff kid for Sunday's game against the Vikings was Adele Rose Schneider of Appleton. Growing up with food allergies, Adele knows the importance of keeping people safe from potential life-threatening reactions, so the 11-year-old has dedicated the past 5 years to raising money for food and allergy research. She hosts fundraisers, volunteers, and participates in food allergy walks, and so far, get this, she has raised over $25,000. Wow. For more information about kids making a difference or to sign up to be a 2019 Shopko Kickoff Kid, go to shopko.com/kickoff kid. And Adele is right over here, everybody. How about a big round of applause? That's awesome. I love Ricardo. Ricardo, I love that. I love highlighting these kids and what they're doing through Shopko. I think it's fantastic.
And she was opening the door.
She's everywhere.
Everywhere.
She's everywhere. Maybe she should be our guest tonight.
Bring her up there.
Maybe. We'll see. But I tell you what, Ricardo, tell everybody how the show works, please.
Well, we're an interactive show, so we invite your comments and questions through our live chat, which can be found online next to our video viewer. Margaret Notchek, we had some computer problems, but she figured it out, Brett.
She's back,
so we're
too.
Up
we
and
didn't
running.
chase her
yeah,
away.
she is.
Fantastic.
She's monitoring that chat, and she'll relay those comments and questions right over to you.
Yes. Hashtag is Clubhouse. Use it. Give us a like on Facebook, facebook.com/Clubhouse Live. I'm on Twitter at PCBrettC. We don't care about Ricardo.
PC
Margaret
Ricardo.
is at Mnachek, M-N-A-C-Z-E-K. Learn that name. And Josh Jones is at JoshJones11_. So we do have the Vikings welcome Matt on the stage for Josh to stomp his feet all over. And I hope you do that, Josh Jones, because we don't like the Vikings here. But let's get him up. Our co-host is in his second NFL season, both with the Packers. He successfully navigated through his Clubhouse Live debut last week. He needs to get back on the field, right? They need him. And we're not sure. He might go by the nickname Pink Panther. We're not sure about that, though. Hey, give it up for our co-host. It's Green Bay Packers safety number 27, Josh Jones. Little Pink Panther tune, sort of. I'm not sure about that. Pink Panther.
Me either.
Welcome back. How are you?
I'm doing wonderful.
The Pink Panther, huh? Is that what we're going to call you? I don't think so.
Hey, man. If it fits, just go with it.
Well, you promised us last week that in a few weeks maybe you might bring somebody up to explain, but I don't know. I think it needs to happen organically.
Next week, man, I'll bring somebody special. He'll probably explain it a little bit better.
Okay, there we go. Well, I tell you what, before we get going, Devon was supposed to be here tonight, obviously,
Yes.
and then the last second scratch. What's going on with Devon tonight?
I have no idea. Some type of, something he has going on medically, with the training staff. So yeah, that's all I know.
That's all he knows. That's all he's allowed to say. All right. Mike McCarthy grabbed this guy before he hopped in the limo and said, "Now listen, Josh, you don't say a word about your teammate." I think that's how it is at 1265.
I mean, I don't discuss people's bodies, so that's one thing I can't do because I don't know. I'm not in there.
Yeah, that's Clubhouse Live After Dark.
Yeah,
so we
discuss
We don't discuss bodies either, unless you want to make fun of Ricardo's body. No, I want to make fun of a couple people
Sloppy.
here. There's a guy at the end of the bar, Josh Jones, who's wearing a Chicago Bears T-shirt.
Great guy.
Yeah, you can let him have it.
You in the wrong town, buddy.
Yeah. Even worse, Josh. Look at this clown right over here. He's wearing a Vikings shirt.
Luckily, it's nice people here, so you're good,
Josh is being real nice, but I know he wants to hit both of those guys so hard. He wants to knock them into tomorrow is what he wants to do. Okay, I'm gonna do this until you get back into the field.
I'll be back next week.
Oh, there you go.
Oh,
100%.
They need you.
100%.
Sure, I'll be back next week.
Ankle is feeling great. How is it? Just tell everybody what's going on. You're good?
I'm feeling good. The ankle's good. The rehab went pretty well. So yeah, I'll be back full go. They'll probably ease me into it, but we'll see how it goes, But I'll for sure play next Sunday and go from there.
Yes, you hear that, Washington Redskins? He's coming after Alex Smith. Just don't hit him, though. You can't hit quarterbacks. We know that. We'll talk about that in a second. But what's the challenge? Because you've been out now for a little while.
Yeah.
What's the challenge for you to get back into it as quick as you can?
Man, you know what, man? The biggest challenge would be like football shape.
Yeah.
While during my rehab, what we do during practice is, get a lot of conditioning in as we can. Say for instance, if it's a 2-hour practice, then I'm working out for those 2 hours. But you can work out as much as you want, man. But it's a difference between in shape and football shape. That's two totally different things. But that'll probably be the biggest challenge. Getting back into football shape because I don't think last time I practiced was like August 29th. I want to say. So it's been about 3 weeks.
Now, when you look at me, do I look like I'm in football shape?
No.
What?
No.
Boy, he didn't wait long to answer that one.
He probably couldn't play it down.
Whoa!
Oh, wow.
No, I could play it down because I'd run right out of bounds if I saw somebody coming at me. Hey, I'm getting old. I mean, I got to protect myself. Yeah.
Yeah, he doesn't have a punter's body? I mean, come on.
Hey, I got a nice looking body.
All right, easy there.
Vikings need a kicker.
Yeah, no, they signed one, but they released the poor guy already.
They need a kicker, man.
That's a harsh business in the NFL these days, right?
Yeah, man. It's a cutthroat business.
Whoa. I mean, the poor guy was a draft pick, too, and he's gone just like that. Mike Zimmer's not putting up with it. Josh Jones, tell me, should it have been a happy Vince today, or was I right in saying it's a mad Vince today? What do you feel? What's the vibe like at
You know what?
Green Bay?
I mean, this game, any type of sports, come down to winning and losing. I don't think there should be a such thing as a tie. You should go on until some team another team wins. It shouldn't be a tie. I don't think, and especially in this profession.
Yeah, I agree.
I don't think so.
College rules. Go to the college rules.
Yeah, would you like to see the college overtime implemented? That's definitely more exciting.
Yeah,
each team gets it after 25.
See teams go back and forth. I would like to see that instead of just after one overtime. It's done. I feel like obviously like you said, both teams had every opportunity to win, and it just can't. That's what it just came down to. So we didn't lose and we didn't win. So I mean,
You're still undefeated.
We're still undefeated.
Yeah, you're still undefeated. Now listen, Ricardo, I don't know what you think, but does it really? I mean, just keep the extra 5 minutes and make it a 15-minute overtime,
yeah.
right? Packers get the ball back after that Yahoo misses his third field goal.
Right.
Packers probably drive down the field. You guys were sitting here talking about a victory. Does 5 minutes really make a difference as far as player safety?
No, I don't think so.
No, I don't think so either. I just think that does.
I just say just go to the college rules. Just go to the college rules. Yeah. It's easier. More exciting, like Josh
it is more exciting with these NFL quarterbacks, so you could have like an 85 to 84 score.
See, what's wrong with that? The NFL, they want scoring.
Was it the third overtime? College, you have to go for the 2-point conversion.
That's
then,
what
I think,
it is,
right? I think that's how it works. So yeah, do that. Well, let's talk about specifics of the game here in a little bit. But I wanted to get what was the overall message from Mike McCarthy and the assistants today? I know obviously there's some frustration in the aftermath of kind of that strange penalty that we saw extend the game, but. I know I watched his press conference today, and he kind of talked about you can only control the controllables, and that's an uncontrollable situation. Is that what he's telling you guys right now?
I mean, obviously, we're not any refs. I mean, only thing we do is just go out there and try to perform to the best of our abilities, and give our team every opportunity to win. But as far as the message, everything that we've been through the past 2 weeks, this is gonna make us a better team going forward. So I mean, we went in there today, corrected the film. Guys, I feel like guys got better. There weren't any heads hung low. Guys were in good spirits. So, I mean, that's a good sign.
2 weeks in, there's been a lot of weird stuff going on, right? 2 weeks in, Josh.
I mean, like I said before, man, it's hard to win in the NFL. I mean, it's the NFL for a reason. Everyone's a professional. So, guys are every week you got to go in there with a solid mentality.
It's like a soap opera, Ricardo, every week, right? It's never, remember when we were younger, right?
Many moons ago.
Many years ago. It wasn't this way, right? You kind of had your trends established. You knew who the teams were. Now every week it's so different. You can't take anything until really the end of the season when you really get a grasp for what's going on out there. Thank you. I appreciate that. I'm right on. Hey, one more before we kick it over to Margaret for our social media question of the night. But give us some positives right now. Everybody's talking about the negatives. They're talking about the referee. They're feeling like it was a loss yesterday, even though it wasn't. But what do you like about what you've seen out of the team so far? What's trending in the right direction as you get ready for Washington on Sunday?
Well, I mean, obviously 12 played. So I mean, that's a positive. I mean, we fought hard. I mean, we played pretty well. Obviously we just didn't do enough to get the dub. Obviously, we did everything to get a tie. So I mean, that's. I mean, I wouldn't say where we want to be. Obviously, we're not where we want to be because it's only week 2. Going into week 3. But things are looking good. Trust me. So that's we fought hard. So you guys know the mental makeup of this team and know the heart that each and every one of the players have.
Yes, looking forward to seeing how this whole storyline develops throughout all 17 weeks. But let's go over to Margaret, who has tonight's social media question of the night.
Yes, first of all, we've got people watching from all over the country. Today we've got Iowa, Florida, Texas, Washington, California, South Carolina, New York, Alabama, and of course, Wisconsin. And our question of the night, Robbie Scott on Facebook wants to know, when a referee makes a bad call, as an individual or as a team, how do you personally refrain and control yourself, and how do the coaches instruct you to act and remain calm?
Great question. Josh, how do you just not go attack that referee? How do you not just body slam him into the turf?
You know what, man? It's nothing you can do, but you can curse him out, not in his face, obviously, but you can say as many bad words as you want to on the sideline, man, but just it's hard. It's hard. Trust me, it's hard. And I don't want to say anything negative towards any referees, because obviously they have a job just like we have ours, So the biggest thing is just don't leave it until a referee's hands to call a game. That's the biggest thing, because obviously, like I said, we had every opportunity to win. So if we would have took those opportunities, we wouldn't have left it in, left that call to determine the game.
Great
Thank
question. What does Robbie win for having his question?
Yeah, for having his question selected, Robbie wins a signed photo of Josh Jones. Each week we'll have you submit a question for our upcoming guest that we'll ask live during Monday's show. We'll open it up each week on facebook.com/Clubhouse Live.
There you go. Clubhouse Live. Yeah, facebook.com/Clubhouse Live. Thank you, Margaret. Let's take our first time out. Let's do tonight's Concrete Cutter Stat Pack. Concrete Cutters Incorporated has been serving our communities for over 38 years. Call them for all your sawing and coring needs. Check this out. Since the 2008 season, when Aaron Rodgers took over as the Packers starting quarterback, he has thrown 119 touchdowns against just 21 interceptions against NFC North opponents. How about that touchdown to interception ratio? That's a span of 55 games. He entered Sunday's game with a career passer rating of 109.8 against division opponents. Josh Jones, that is dominating.
That's dominant.
The most important opponents on your schedule.
Yes, sir.
What do you think of number 12 last night or yesterday?
You know what? He did what he had to do. He threw some awesome passes. He was just him. Obviously he didn't make any mistakes. So I don't. You can't. You guys saw it. You guys watched the game. He was just 12 being 12. Out there trying to make something happen.
Yeah, you kind of get spoiled by it, no doubt about it. So, dominating the division opponents. That's tonight's stat pack. Ricardo.
Yes.
Are we doing trivia tonight?
We absolutely are. Can I read off some of those rules?
Yeah, do it.
All right, first off, we'll ask the question. If you think you know the answer, you have to raise your hand. Please don't shout it out. Brett, if they're correct, what do they win?
Pizza and beer. I'm just talking to Josh right now. Right here. Pizza
right,
and beer. Pizza and beer.
Yes, pizza and beer. And by the way, that's the regular barley and hops kind, not the root beer, kids. You got to be 21 or older to win. Once you win, though, you're out for the rest of the show. And, live chatters, you have to be here to win. But again, Margaret Notchik, she's handling the online trivia question.
Yes, and Ricardo, you've done a great job with her name so far. So
I know, I haven't messed it up yet. Well, you just jinxed
those
me now.
shades. What do you think of those shades? What's this guy think he is?
Hey, man, what you hiding back there?
Yeah.
Oh, it's a long night.
Yeah. You look like Rocky Balboa after Apollo kind of took care of you, right?
Hey, yo, Mick.
Yeah. I'll tell you what. Let's do that's enough. Let's do trivia question number one. Josh, Ricardo, you survey the room, and I'll ask the question. Now, everybody remembers Antonio Freeman's incredible 43-yard catch and score against the Vikings on Monday Night Football during the 2000 season. What is the nickname of that famous catch? Who knows it? What is the nickname of Antonio? What?
Wow.
Right, this guy right here. No.
Oh, that's a good guess.
Right behind you, Ricardo. Oh. You did what? Nope, that's not the nickname of the catch.
What?
Nope. Are you kidding me? Yes, sir. No, we're going to go one more. I can't believe this. Oh, my goodness. That's a penalty for you guys.
Flag.
That's a penalty for all you guys. The improbable bobble.
Yeah, they're acting like they
I give
knew
myself
that.
a bell. Oh, yeah,
idea.
Brett. Yeah, I remember that. The improbable bobble.
I thought we had Packer fans
That was
here,
an
man.
easy one. I thought it was a layup. The Favre to Freeman hookup came in overtime as the Packers stunned the Vikings 26-20 at rainy Lambeau Field. He did what was the famous call from Al Michaels. Freeman, by the way, Ricardo, a friend of the show.
He is a friend of the show. By the way, do we get to split that pizza and beer now?
You should not. You and
we
I should
we
have
should
it
get
after
that.
the
People
show,
who
right?
get them wrong.
Unbelievable. Yeah. Look at that. Yeah. No, I'm not eating chili. All right, now this is the time, Josh, when I would normally invite your guest onto the stage, but you're already up here, and I'm not going to invite you on again unless you want me to go through the intro again.
No, we'll pass.
So you and I are just going to keep talking about football and some fun stuff, right?
Yes, sir.
So let me see. Let me go down here, and these are questions that I was going to ask him. Let's talk Packers Vikings. We're back on script, just like that. What is it? What is? You know what I'm going to ask, right? What is roughing the passer anymore? What is it? Yeah. Is that the big chatter in the locker room today? Were you guys talking a lot about that?
You know what? I seen Kurt Warner. He tweeted something about the calls, the penalties nowadays. Back when other guys played years ago, this game wasn't as soft as it was. I'm gonna just say that I understand protecting the franchise quarterback. I understand that you invested so much money in. I understand that, but it comes a point in time when you just got to let guys play. You just got to let guys play. I mean, that's the, Yeah.
They like that.
I'm pretty sure you guys don't come to the game or watch the game on TV just to see flags thrown everywhere. So I don't know with all of this CTE stuff going on and just the whole aspect of trying to protect the players. I don't know if it's going to change. I would hope so, but it's hard to say. But who knows what those guys are in. I hope I don't get fined for this.
Roger Goodell, big fan of the show.
Hey, man, I don't know. I don't know what those guys in New York are thinking, man. I mean, they do a good job of keeping this game safe, trying to keep the game safe. But sometimes it takes away from the fun. You got guys like I seen on Twitter somebody tweeted at Mike Daniels or you let up and all of this stuff. It's like, come on, dude. Like I'm not trying to. I don't want what happened to me. What happened to Clay? You know what I'm saying? And that was 2 weeks in a row. Okay, the first one, okay, Clay. That may have been a rough in the passer. But the second one, the ball was still in his hand when he got hit. So it's getting pretty ridiculous. The amount of calls that's been called. In only 2 weeks of football.
Well, there's been a ton of roughing the passer calls already through the first 2 weeks. I think they're on pace for well over 100 now this season.
It's taken away from the integrity of the game.
Well, it's hurting the product, right, Ricardo? I mean, it's tough to watch these games now. And this isn't the last time this is going to happen. We're going to see this. You got
guys. Sooner quarterbacks get hit, and it's legal. Guys going to the ref. Like throwing up the hands, like hey. It's getting to that point. So it's hard to be a defensive player in this league. Trust me.
Oh, I believe it. Well, how does a call like that alter how you've been trained to bring down a player? I mean, especially you could come on a safety blitz and you'd have a clean shot at a quarterback or a wide receiver coming over. You got to be careful on how you hit these guys too. So, I guess I'm wondering, are you going to be? Is there a fear that you'll be thinking instead of reacting out there now?
In my case, no. I mean, in some other guys' case, I mean, you got guys making league minimum, man. So, a lot of guys, they don't, you hit a guy the wrong way. Guys don't want to get fined. Like I said last week, guys don't want to get fined $20,000, $25,000. Then all of a sudden you're playing for free. That's a guy's whole game check, a week's worth of pay. So now you want me to play for free and expect me to go out there and try to play my game, try to play fast and physical like this game is supposed to be played. You know what I'm saying? This game was supposed to be played. You're supposed to get dirty. It's supposed to be a bunch of big hits. It's supposed to be a bunch of, you know what I'm saying? It's physical. That's why we started playing the game of football, because we like physicality. I know that's why I started playing.
Yeah. Can I add something, actually? And this affects Josh, because we all know the Bears linebacker Roquan Smith held out because of this very reason about him getting fined, all these new rules. How is that going to affect, Josh, do you think, future defensive contracts? Now, you talked about getting fined and money taken out of your pocket.
You know what? I feel like, these teams make a ton of money, so they shouldn't put it in the guy's contract where, if you get a defenseless, if you get a helmet-to-helmet, flag and you get fined, all this nonsense, that shouldn't be in a guy's contract. I feel like if you out there busting your tail for a team, each and every week, the team should take care of that. In my opinion. Now if it's just nonsense and you get a penalty and you get fined by the league, then okay. Then you have to take that on the chin. But in my opinion, if a guy's out there playing, giving his all for a team, then I know their counter would probably be, we pay you X amount of dollars, but at the same time, I'm putting my body on the line for you, out there performing each and every week. So I just feel like that it should be handled that way, in my opinion. But who am I?
Yeah, good stuff so far, right, everybody? This is good conversation. This is therapeutic. People just kind of oozing out the anger right now, and just sort of get on with the rest of their week.
It's okay. It'll be all right.
It'll be all right. The sun was out today. It was nice and warm outside. It felt like summertime. Mike McCarthy, though, said today in his press conference that Clay Matthews, that is what he is taught to do. That's what you guys are taught to do. That was a perfect form tackle, right?
Form tackle.
He didn't go in leading with his head. He was wrapping up. He didn't drive him into the ground. Is that what you taught?
Honestly, there's nothing else you can do, and they got the rule now where if you're sacking the quarterback and you drive him with all your body weight to the ground, and you take him to the ground, then that's a penalty. But Clay braced himself on the way down, so I don't know, man.
But how do you?
It's crazy.
How do you not come down? It's simple physics, right? And gravity. Yeah. I mean, if you're coming you're coming full speed,
and
he's got the ball in his hand,
yeah,
and you're coming in.
Trust me,
I don't know. How do you not?
Trust me, we think about it. We talk about it all the time, and it's just unfair.
I mean, you're going to land on the quarterback.
Yeah.
You're going to land on him, and there's nothing the physics will not allow you to do anything else unless you do, like what Mike Daniels probably did, right?
Yeah.
He held him, and he would. Mike Daniels. He's been on the show a number of times.
Yeah.
He's a tough guy. He's going to bring that quarterback down. All of a sudden, he thinks the ball's out of his hand. Whoops. Can't touch him.
Right. My issue with the call is, it's not called all the time. If you're gonna make a rule, if you're gonna make a rule and call it, it should be called, every time. It shouldn't just be, I feel like, never mind. I'll keep my comments to myself. I'll just keep my comments to myself. I'm sort of venting. Let me stop.
That's okay. It's okay. Let it out. That's what Clubhouse Live's all about, Josh. This is your family now.
Damn.
This is your family. This is your family except for that guy. The man wearing the shades in a very dark restaurant. Did you hear Tony Corrente's explanation? Did you see that? He talked to the pool reporter, Rob Domofsky, who obviously every game has a pool reporter for situations like that, so he represents the media. But this is what Tony Corrente said, quote, "It has nothing to do with the rule of full body weight. It has nothing to do with helmet to helmet. He picked the quarterback up and drove him into the ground," end quote. Now, come on, Josh.
Quite the imagination. Yes.
We all saw even in real time, it didn't even look like he picked him up. If anything, you see Kirk Cousins sort of jumping. What are you supposed to do then if the quarterback's in the air?
I guess they want you to get out the way. Let them
throw. Let them sling
let
it.
them complete the pass. Move out the way. Don't hit our baby. Don't hit them. It's wham, wham, wham. Poor Kirk Cousins.
Why do I feel like Aaron Rodgers is walking through the locker room with his head down right now, thinking?
No. A-Rod. You know what? A-Rod's tough. He's cool. But you know what? That goes back to when we played the Vikings. Last year when A-Rod got hurt, they didn't call anything. So if you're going to call that nonsense, then that should have been called. You know what I'm saying? That's my issue with that. That's a clear. And then a guy got hurt and missed basically the whole season.
Yeah.
So.
Interesting. Good stuff. Well, there was a lot of reaction. Ricardo, did you see the social media reaction? Check this from former NFL ref, current NBC football rules analyst Terry McCauley. Now, he was a former official, as I said. He tweeted this, quote, "I'll just say this now. If the two hits on the QB in Minnesota versus Green Bay, also the one on Aaron Rodgers with Kendricks, the linebacker, that was kind of a questionable roughing the passer call as well, if we're going to be fair." He said, "If those are indeed fouls for roughing the passer, I am glad that I am no longer on the field and have to make those calls," end quote. That's a pretty strong statement from a former NFL official. Mike Pereira, of course, we all know him. He disputed the call on Twitter. Peter King, the highly respected football writer, formerly of Sports Illustrated. Tony Corrente is a good referee, he said, but this is really an awful call. Charles Woodson, the Packers legend, future Hall of Famer, he disputed it. And we talked about the replay of Mike Daniels, kind of easing up. And he responded, Mike Daniels responded to Charles Woodson on Twitter by saying, quote, "It's tough out here now, Wood," because Charles Woodson was presuming that he eased off because of what's going on with all this craziness. So do you feel like the NFL is kind of ruining its product?
You know what? It'll get to a point now when these guys right here grow up, it'll probably be flag football. It won't. Trust me, it won't be the same game. It won't be. They'll probably be looking at our game, watching our highlights. Like, man, these guys used to fly around and hit so hard.
Yeah.
And these guys were so tough. That's what the game is going to. When my son, 15 years from now, 20 years from now is able to play in this league, that's where the game is going. I think. I hope not. I would hope not, because.
The cool thing, Ricardo, if it does become flag football, you and I would actually have
We
a
have
chance
a
of playing.
shot.
We could come
Still,
back.
yeah.
We could actually do something.
That's
still.
right.
We could be professional athletes.
Well, let's not go too far. But yes, possibility is there.
Man, I just think about it. Well, Joe Thomas, the former Badger, Cleveland Brown, great future Hall of Fame offensive tackle now, he tweeted a solution. Quote, NFL needs to immediately enact booth review on all of these QB unnecessary roughness penalties. That's kind of what you were saying, Dale. Saying the refs need video assistance because the calls are significantly impacting games. That's an interesting solution. This is a former player who just retired after this past offseason. What do you think about that?
That's actually a great idea. We review so many other things. Why not review that? Something that's so game-changing. Obviously, you all seen it. That was a game-changer. So, I mean, that's the best idea I could think of. That's perfect.
Perfect. Good stuff. Of course, Joe Thomas, a Wisconsin guy. Wisconsin people always come up with good ideas, I think. So,
Yep.
Well, enough about that. We've kind of, I think, said all we can about the unnecessary roughness penalties, and unfortunately, we're going to see more of those. We might even see some tonight, Ricardo, in the Bears Seahawks.
I hope
you
not.
never know. But let's talk a little bit about the game from your perspective as you're in the defensive room going through film, listening to Mike Pettin and everybody. What did you see in that fourth quarter? Because everything was looking so good defensively through three quarters, and the Vikings caught fire. Now, some of that production was after the call, so you got to note that. But still, if you look at it, the Vikings scored 22 points. That's 3 touchdowns and rolled up 221 of their 480 total offensive yards in the quarter. So what happened there that you saw on film study today?
I mean, I wasn't out there, so I can't really point out exactly what happened. What was the mentality out there? I just know that, obviously that was a big swing of momentum for them. It just changed the game, and it probably clicked. It probably just did so many things in people's mind mentally, that we thought that the game was over. Once High, intercepted that pass, man, it was like the game, it's done, But but obviously, we didn't keep our, foots on their necks, and let them, do what they did.
Stefon Diggs, Adam Thielen, boy, that's a tough combo, though, isn't it? I know you went against them last year, but the amazing thing with Stefon Diggs, Ricardo, he's a fifth-round pick, and Thielen was undrafted out of a Division II Minnesota State in Mankato. It's a tough, it might be one of the toughest wide receiver combos you guys are going to have to play. Unfortunately, they're in your division, but you got to give them some respect, right?
Good solid group of receivers right there. They obviously they do a number of good things with athleticism. They find ways to get open with vertical passing. It's a solid group.
Solid group for sure. A very scary wide receiver combo. So looks like Margaret has some online questions for you, Josh.
Yep, I have 2 right now. The first one on our live stream, Jackie wants to know, how did the heat affect players yesterday in the game?
I didn't see any guys cramp up. So that's a good sign. So I'm guessing it didn't affect anybody. But it was hot, because I was on the sideline, in shorts and a T-shirt. So I could only imagine how they felt.
Sure. And then the second one we have tonight is Matt on Facebook. He wants to know, Josh, would you rather play up or back in attack?
Would I rather play up or back in attack? That's a trick question. That's a very trick question. I see where you're getting with this. But no, with my style of play, I like to, people who've known me since I played in college, if you even cared, I like to play, I like to get in the mix, I don't like to, if I'm far away from, I'm gonna be honest, if I'm far away from the ball for too long, I'm not that type of player. I need to be in the action, fly around the field. You know, when I'm doing that, you know, sideline to sideline, you know, doing what I do, you know what I'm saying, then good things will happen, you know. But, you know, every player has, you know, certain traits, you know, and the game of football is chess, you know what I'm saying? So you have to use a player's ability and traits to fit in a puzzle, you know what I'm saying? And you use that against other offenses. But well, I mean, with this new defense, you know, a lot of good things will be, you know, trending forward.
All right, thank you.
Yes, thank you, Margaret. Thank you, everybody watching online, all over the country, if not the world. How about Josh Jones so far tonight? Our co-host is bringing it. He's feeling comfortable. He's easing into his new role. How do you like this gig so far, Josh?
You know what, man? It's awesome. I enjoy, you know, talking to, you know, fans. I enjoy talking, period. You know, I was a communications major in college. You know what? I didn't know what I would have going into college, going into NC State. I didn't know what I wanted to major in. So they just gave me, like my freshman year, they gave me just a whole bunch of classes to take on my schedule because I'm in first year college, so I wasn't in the major yet. So I remember I had public speaking, and you know, you had to get up and stand in front of a lot of, you know, people in the class and then just give speeches, 2 or 3 minute speeches, and it just went on, you know, every week. So I remember I never prepared for my speeches. I honestly no, that's the honest to God truth. I probably wrote one speech the night before, you know, the class and just went from there. But I never really read off of paper, you know, because I felt like that wasn't authentic. You know, that wasn't really truly like real. You know what I'm saying? So I just went from everything that was from the top of my head and just went from there.
Fantastic. But yeah, go ahead.
No offense. I know you're reading from the paper. I'm sorry. I didn't.
Hey! Don't touch me.
Hey, I didn't
don't touch. Stop it.
Hey, look, I didn't mean to.
You didn't learn the rules. I was actually what I want to know if you like hanging out with me on Monday nights, but I don't want to talk about that anymore. All right. I have to be prepared. I'm not reading off of it. I'm just using it.
Yes, he is.
I'm messing.
Yeah, that'd be Josh. Could you please tell me about the roughing the passer penalty? No, that's not how we do it around here. We use it as a guide, and you don't touch me, okay?
Yes, sir.
Hey, a few more things, and then we're going to take another timeout. Actually, we're going to get our first audience question with Ricardo here, but we asked Aaron Rodgers this when he was on the show one time about take us as he's going up, you know, reading the defense, all that's being processed, right, before the snap.
Right.
And there's not much time to process that information.
Right.
So from your standpoint, from a safety standpoint,
right,
it's kind of the same way.
Right.
You guys, the middle linebackers, can be kind of the quarterbacks of a defense
right,
often. So as you're lining up and you're looking at everything and you have really maybe, 20 seconds, maybe 15
right,
seconds sometimes,
right,
what are you thinking about to make sure that you're in position to make a play and make a stop?
Well, first and foremost, you have to get the call. And when you get the call, obviously you process everything that once they line up, you go back to your preparation. You know what I'm saying? The film study, all the little nuggets that you get, you know, leading up to the game, and then you just, all right, they come out in this formation. Okay, I know what I can get when they come out in this formation. This guy motions, I know what I can get at this guy motions. I know what type of receiver this guy is. I know what type of tight end this guy is. I know what running style this running back is. You know what I'm saying? I know Kirk Cousins is a one-read guy. He doesn't read the whole field. You know, things like that. You know, is no offense to Kirk Cousins. I mean, he's a great quarterback. He doesn't read the field. I mean, it's just little stuff like that. You know what I'm saying? Just you just pick up on once they break the huddle. And I mean, you have to process it quick. I mean, obviously you only have, you know, probably 10 plus seconds, maybe less, depending on the play clock to, you know, really just go through everything.
Fast pace. You got to be on your ball, on the balls of your feet, and a lot of film study, a lot of preparation to know things like that.
Yes.
Some of those little keys, those tips. Ricardo.
Yes.
You have a familiar face
yes,
for our
this
first
is,
audience question of the night.
Yeah, this is Nick from Appleton, and his question, Nick.
Okay, Josh, what's the biggest difference between being coached at North Carolina State and being coached by the Green Bay Packers?
Well, the Green Bay Packers, you mean my coaches? No, I'm just kidding. The biggest thing is, you know what, at NC State, my coach Clayton White, he's the defensive coordinator at Western Kentucky now. He was like a father figure I never had in my life, you know what I'm saying? So him and I were close. So I can't compare that to this. You know what I'm saying? I would say that, he gave me a lot of tools to be successful in college, especially my last year, the year that I left. The ability to read, like for instance, that Bengals game that I played well in. People honestly don't know that. I mean, that was my first start, and it was a nitro package that we were in. I was a linebacker, so to say, but all I was doing was just reading the guard, reading the tight end, the flow. He used to always just teach me. You see a guard pull, just skate over top. You know what I'm saying? Just if your kid's the tight end, read tight end the flow. I mean, and little things like that. I carried on to me to hear. As far as being coached in Green Bay, obviously Joe Witt is a demanding coach. Obviously, he wants the best out of you, tries to get the best out of you each and every day. And obviously they don't have time to really sit back and I wouldn't say teach you, but I'll say try to bring you along. Like last year, bullets were flying for me. Like I got in, I'm like, man, like do we have time for me to just sit down and just absorb this playbook? But it's like no, like it's super fast. You know what I'm saying? You have to learn at their speed because the guys that's in the room, I was in a room with veteran guys, Morgan, guys like that, and man, they were there for so long and they already knew the system. So I'm coming in and I got to learn. Really, I got to go home and look at my own notes and try to figure this out myself. So I mean, I would say it's a little challenge for a rookie, to learn coming from college to the NFL.
Great question, great answer. You guys have to relearn everything again this year, though, don't you?
I mean, if you know base football, learning the system isn't hard. In my opinion, obviously you have to learn the terminology and all these little things that the coordinator wants. I mean, football IQ is football IQ, no matter what system you're in.
Good stuff with Josh Jones. Ricardo, yep, go ahead. Let's take another timeout, though. Yeah. We're going to do trivia question number 2. Let's hope that the Packer fans can get this one.
Yes, right. Well, I need both you and Josh to look out and make sure you guys get who raises their hand first.
Right here.
Here we go. Only 2 quarterbacks in Packers history have tallied at least 10 games in a single season in which they didn't throw any interceptions. Aaron Rodgers, of course, is one. Who is the other quarterback on that list?
Yes, sir. Bart Starr, get up here.
Wow.
He got it right. Wow. He got it right. He gets the bell. Josh, I'm going to let you give him the first pizza and beer tonight, but the great Bart Starr, the legendary Starr, had 10 games in 1964 in which he didn't throw a single pick. Rodgers, this is incredible. The Rodgers has accomplished that feat in 3 seasons. 2009, 2014, and 2016. Rodgers pickless so far, Ricardo, in 2 games, so might be on pace to do it again. All right, we need Betty and we need Kareen because it's time for tonight's Clubhouse Live Challenge, and we're going to play it right after this 30-second timeout.
Shopko's Stop Shop and Drop the Prices is going on now with prices so low, no coupons needed. Get a free $5 Shopko gift card with $25 purchase of Blue Buffalo pet food, up to 55% off women's North Crest tops, up to 60% off handbags and wallets. Select snacks, drinks, and more 10 for $10. Get the 11th free, and a 20-gallon tote only $3.97. Whoa, so low! Don't miss Shopko's Stop Shop and Drop the Prices going on now. Shopko, proud to call Green Bay and the Fox Valley home.
All right, welcome back. It's time for tonight's Clubhouse Live Challenge. We've got Betty, we've got Kareen, and we're going old school tonight, Ricardo. We are going to play a game that we love to call How Well Do You Know? It's our original Clubhouse Live game. Josh Jones, I know you know all about it.
Yes, I do.
It's big in the Packers locker room when you guys are playing dominoes and whatever else you're doing. I know you're playing a little How Well Do You Know? This is how we do it. I'm going to ask you 5 questions. Now, here's the thing, though. This is your playing partner, Betty,
right.
So it's 2 against 1, although maybe the crowd can help Kareen. She was supposed to be with Devon tonight. So it's really Betty and Josh against Kareen and maybe the rest of the crowd. So this is how we're going to do it. Be careful with my bell now. Okay, hold on a little bit. But this is a rapid-fire trivia contest. I'm going to ask you 5 questions. They all pertain to the same category. If you think you know the answer, you ring the bell. You can even interrupt a question by ringing the bell. Each question is worth 1 point. Ricardo,
I'll keep track.
you can add up to 5. I know you can.
Now I can.
And then at the end of the 5 questions, there will be a bonus question of a point total that I'll determine to make sure Josh wins the game because it is his show. All right? Can we figure this out? You got it? Now, tonight's category, now, in the past, we've always, like, how well do you know Wisconsin? You know, weird things. There's a lot of weird stuff that we do in Wisconsin, you know, cheese and up north and muskie fishing and whatever, all that other good stuff. So we're going to do a variation of that, and it's going to be how well do you know Wisconsin, the sports edition. Right? Sports is a big, big deal in the state of Wisconsin. I will tell you, though, there are no questions about the Green Bay Packers. It's all other sports-related stuff. Now, the winner tonight gets this cool, and they were handing these out, the opener, this cool Packers pennant. I'll show Bill Gasheen. Isn't that cool? You also get a Josh Jones autographed photo. Look at them. Look at it. He's got muscles like me, Ricardo. You see that?
Yeah, it's very
Unbelievable.
similar.
And you also get an MVP CD from Eric Lives Here, the front man.
Can we make sure there's a CD in there, actually?
There is a CD in here. Mike Thiel is the front man, and MVP is our music. That's our theme song, right? The runner-up tonight gets the signed photo and the CD. Okay, so here we go. Be ready to ring the bell. Are you guys ready? Trivia question number 1. How well do you know Wisconsin, the sports edition? Now, Betty, don't touch me. You're getting a little... You're getting too close to me.
Ooh.
Whoa!
I know that's right.
Man.
I know that's right.
After dark.
I'm gonna.
Somebody dim the lights.
I'm gonna go home and ask my wife what she thinks about that now. And she better say the right answer. Okay, here is trivia question number 1. What is the nickname of Milwaukee Bucks superstar Giannis Antetokounmpo? Yes. Yes, Ricardo scored.
1-0.
Kareem,
yeah.
1-0. She must be a basketball. Kareem sounds like Kareem.
Lou Alcindor.
Former Bucks legend. Kareem Abdul-Jabbar. 1-0. Yeah, the Greek freak. He was at the Packers game, by the way.
He was.
Did you see him? Was he in the locker room?
Tall. No, he wasn't in the locker room, but I seen him on the field.
You know, Aaron Rodgers is his boss. Aaron Rodgers is a part owner of the Bucks now. So maybe kind of comparing notes. The NBA season not too far away. Trivia question number 2. What does Bernie Brewer do after each Milwaukee Brewers home run? Ooh, Betty.
Ooh. Betty.
Slides down the slide.
Yes, Ricardo scored.
1-1 tie.
1-1 tie. Bernie Brewer slides down the slide. Remember when he used to slide into a big mug of beer? They need to bring that back, everybody. Not this orange or yellow slide. Did you know that?
No.
Aren't you a what's up with the Clippers hat, by the way, Josh?
Just fashion.
I'm a big Spurs fan now.
almost wore a Chicago Bulls.
No.
But I quickly thought about it.
I'll get you a Spurs cap. You can wear that next time. 1-1. Speaking of home runs, speaking of dingers, what is the home run call of legendary Brewers radio broadcaster Bob Uecker? Oh, Kareen. I think Kareen got on there. What does Bob say after with each home run?
Ooh, that's not exactly right.
Can we accept that? I don't think we can.
That's not, let Betty have a shot.
What is it?
Get up, get out of here.
There it is. Gone.
Yes.
2-1.
2-1 Betty.
Do it, Ricardo.
2-1 Betty.
Say it.
What?
Pretend you're Bob Uecker.
Just a bit outside.
No, that's bad.
That's from the movie.
You're
Major
a big,
League.
You know, by the way, I don't know if everybody knows he's a huge St. Louis Cardinals fan on top of his Bears
That's
fan.
Right.
I mean, you talk
at least
about.
I don't like the Cubs.
Yeah, whatever.
Right.
Now, what's the score, Ricardo?
2-1 Betty.
2-1 Betty. Trivia question number 4. This is a tough one, maybe. This Appleton area high school football team had its state record 70-game winning streak snap. Yes, Betty. Kimberly Papermakers. Ricardo score.
3-1 Betty.
Did you know about this, Josh Jones, the Kimberly Papermakers?
Actually, you know what? A ref told me that at a practice. So
yeah.
I did know that.
Yeah, right just down the road. Kimberly Papermakers, a 70-game winning streak, 5 straight state championships so far.
Awesome.
That was a state record and was the nation's longest winning streak at that time, too. How about that?
And A.J. Klein is in the league.
A.J. Klein, yeah. The linebacker of the Saints played for Kimberly. All right, trivia question number 5. What is the name of the Milwaukee Bucks G League team in Oshkosh? Betty.
Wow.
Never heard.
Yes, Ricardo score.
4-1 Betty.
4-1 Betty. She just pulled the answer right out of midair. She just figured it out. 4-1 Betty. That makes this bonus question worth 4 points to give Kareen a chance to win the game. See how we play it? Here we go. In one of college football's most jovial traditions, University of Wisconsin football fans do this. Yes, Betty.
Jump around.
Ricardo scored. I think it's
Yes,
Betty
she won
wins,
it. She
right?
won
How
it.
about some championship music? Rosie, the jump around. Between the third and the fourth quarters at Camp Randall Stadium. They weren't jumping around on Saturday, though, were they? Betty, you get the pennant. You get the signed photo of Josh, the Pink Panther Jones. And you get the MVP CD. Congratulations. Kareen, you get a photo of Josh Jones and an MVP CD. How about a big round of applause for tonight's contestants? Good stuff. Josh Jones, I don't know if you answered any one of those questions. It was pretty much Betty doing it all for you. The heavy lifting, right? The jump around, right? Have you seen that at Camp Randall Stadium? Did you ever play at Camp Randall?
Never.
Never.
ACC, you know.
Yeah.
Baby NFL, you know how we get down over there, ACC.
Russell Wilson, not only an NC State alum, but a Badger as
Yes.
well. Right? I think he's
That's
more
right.
Badger than NC State.
Yes.
Actually, he got his degree from NC State, so that technically makes him more NC State than I would say.
He never talks about NC State. It's always the Badgers.
That's a long story for a different day of why he doesn't. So
okay, very good. I like how he's teasing us for the
Yes,
different
I love
things.
these.
We got a special guest coming. Do you want to announce this special guest or not yet?
Nah.
Too early yet? Number 12. No, I'm just saying it's not number 12. But yeah, the jump around. But as I said, Ricardo, a tough day at the office for the Badgers. I think that sort of ruined their season as far as national championship hopes. Ricardo, why don't you get to the second audience question kind of ready here? We're going to start winding down. We got a special surprise for Josh, by the way, here pretty soon. But you're going to you're going to be on the field. You say you're ready to go.
Ready to go.
What's it going to take to go to 2-0-1 as you get ready for the go ahead, clear your throat. It's all right. It's a live show. It happens. What's going to take down the Washington Redskins? Have you had any time to look at them yet?
After this, I'm gonna go home and take a look at them. But execution, like it comes down everybody doing a job in all three phases: offense, defense, special teams. Everybody playing together. Once you play team ball in any game, you know and creating turnovers. You know, once the defense takes the ball away and everybody plays together, then that's your W right there.
Hey, Ricardo, you got your second audience question. Here she comes. She's running to you.
Yes, it's Tracy.
All
now,
right.
Technically, this is for Devon, but I think this question correlates to Josh here. That's
a lot of pressure. So what do you appreciate about playing in Green Bay after playing elsewhere? The city, the fans, the organization?
Yes.
Well, I've only played in Raleigh, North Carolina, the Carter, which is it gets pretty live. Like the fans here and the fans there and the way we pack out the stadium is similar. You know, it's always loud. Fans are always, crazy about the team. So I've never played anywhere else in the NFL, yet. I would hope not anytime soon, But yeah, it's pretty much the same environment from where I came from. I've been fortunate enough to play in a stadium that that sells out, week in and week out.
Yes, absolutely.
All right, great question.
Unlike what's going on in Washington right now, they're having some attendance issues. I don't know if you saw that, but how did you end up in Raleigh? How did you end up in NC State?
You know what? The recruiting process, led me. I was getting recruited by Eddie Faulkner when he was at Wisconsin. When he was here, I could have been a Badger.
Oh,
could have been a. No, I'm just kidding. They never offered me. Their mistake. They never offered me. But I was committed to Illinois actually. So I decommitted from Illinois after like 7 months of being committed. And, I opened our recruitment up. I had a visit scheduled to NC State. I never really traveled much. I never really left Michigan much growing up, so I told myself that I would leave school whenever I had the opportunity. Whatever offer came, I was gone. I took a trip out there to Raleigh. We played UNC, Chapel Hill in basketball. They were a pretty good basketball team at the time. We ended up beating them. Awesome environment. So I ended up committing, that day. And the rest is history.
The rest is history.
Wow.
Now you're here in Green Bay, home of the Green Bay Packers, home to these fantastic fans. They want to love you. They want to embrace you, Josh Jones. And it's going to happen as we continue on through the season. Now, Bill, we're going to kind of do our little surprise here, but rumor has it that somebody is celebrating a birthday on Thursday. And I think that somebody is this guy right here. Am I right, Josh Jones? September 20th?
Yes.
Yes, Josh Jones. And if you look at the monitors, Josh, we got a nice little birthday cake made for you. We got your picture up there, and we got the Pink Panther up there, too. Happy birthday,
awesome,
Josh. Go, Pack,
that.
go.
Thank you.
And I think since by the time we see him next, he's going to be a year older. Why don't we sing happy birthday to him?
Yes,
What
we
do you
can do
guys
that
think?
now.
We can do that. It's not licensed anymore.
Why did I know this was going to happen? I kind of figured that.
This is the most presents you're ever going to get from me, Josh. So enjoy it. So everybody ready? Happy birthday
to yous. Happy birthday to yous.
Happy birthday, dear Josh. Pink Panther.
Thank you.
Happy birthday to you.
Yes.
There we go.
Appreciate
Now, where's
it.
that cake?
Thank you.
24 years young, right?
I appreciate that. Yes.
24 years old. Look at that. I'm stalking him. I'm learning about him. I'm finding things out that he never knew was possible.
Yes.
So everybody's invited to have a piece of birthday cake before you head on out, so please do so. We got to thank the folks here at the Paper Valley Hotel and Manorfields for getting that together. How about a round of applause for Josh Jones? We kind of had to wing it a little bit today, but it went well.
You had to wing it. We won.
Ricardo, I think we're going to go back and look at this film from tonight. We're real happy with a lot of the things we did.
Yes.
Make some corrections, but I think we're going to be pretty good after this.
Yes.
So let's do a trivia question number 3. I'll ask it. Josh, Ricardo, survey the room. Up next for the Packers is Week 3 road showdown against the Washington Redskins. Now, who quarterbacked the Packers in their famous 48-47 victory over the Redskins on Monday Night Football way back in 1983? Who do we got here, Josh Jones? Did you say? Ooh. Lynn Dickey, give him the bell. Give him the bell. He gets the bell. The great Lynn Dickey, yes. Lynn Dickey, he also wore number 12, Ricardo.
Great, he's a good quarterback.
That's been his number 12. Zeke Bratkowski, too, also number 12. But Lynn Dickey threw for 387 yards and 3 touchdowns, 132.1 passer rating. It leading Green Bay past the defending Super Bowl champs at Lambeau Field. The game ended when Redskins kicker Mark Mosley missed a 39-yarder with just 3 seconds remaining. Hey, by the way, before we go up north, my son's birthday is Friday.
Virgos.
September 21st.
Virgos.
Yep, you're the 20th. He's the 21st.
Yeah.
I'll have a piece of birthday cake for Ryan.
That's awesome, man. Happy birthday to him.
Yes, he's not too far off from your age, Josh, which must make me almost your dad.
Oh, Papa Brett.
No, rest in peace to my dad, though. Not my real dad, though. No, yeah, he's actually not with us, but
I hear you. Mine too. So
it's all good.
They're watching us right now.
Watching.
Right?
I hope so.
They better be. They're probably looking down at us, shaking their heads right now, saying, "Time to wrap it up, guys." All right, Ricardo, let's go up north. It's Sunday. I think it's another noon start. It's Packers. It's Redskins. It's FedEx Field. The first road trip. It might be kind of hot out there. We don't have the hats anymore, but we have the graphics on the screen. Who are you picking, Packers or Redskins?
Packers 31, Redskins 17. Packers win this one. That's all I'm going to say.
Ricardo, he's got the graphics up there.
I pick them sometimes. Sometimes I pick the Packers, and this is one of them.
Hey, guess who I'm picking?
Yeah. Here's a surprise.
I've got a great record over the course
you
of
do.
our 10 seasons here at Clubhouse Live, but I'm saying it's going to be a close one. I'm saying 28-24
Really?
Packers over the Redskins. I think it's going to be a battle.
I think it's going to be a blowout, Josh.
Hey, what to make of the Redskins? They're coming off a 21-9 loss to the Colts
Exactly.
at an empty FedEx Field. They couldn't even sell it out. Now, Alex Smith plays for the Redskins, right? Adrian Peterson now.
Yeah.
He had a great first week, but he only rushed for 20 yards on 11 carries last week, or yesterday. I think the number 12 is going to throw a couple TDs. Aaron Jones is coming back. I think that's going to be yet another weapon for the offense. He's a nice shifty running back.
I'm going to make sure I have him on here, too. So
Yeah, okay, great.
Yeah.
I know I'm making a few promises, but I can make that happen.
Oh, yeah, Aaron Jones.
I'm going to have him on here, too.
Yeah, he's number 33, real shifty runner, so I think he brings yet another dimension. I hate to say it, well, our former co-host, Ty Montgomery, needs the ball more. I mean, he was doing some good things out there. You got to go up to Mike McCarthy and say, Mike, give Bam Bam the ball.
You know what they say, man. Control what you can control.
Worry about yourself, right?
Control the controllables.
I think the Redskins are going to come out with a little bit more energy because it's the Packers, because they travel well. But I think Green Bay wins that one, 28-24.
I can't believe you have it that close.
2-0, and I think they're a little embarrassed of what happened yesterday. And I think with the Packers being a premier team, a marquee team, I think it's going to be a little bit closer. So we'll see what happens. Ricardo, Packers News app.
Yes, with exclusive commentary, insider analysis, and award-winning photos and videos from USA Today Network, Wisconsin's Packers coverage team. That Packers News app is your one-stop shop for complete coverage of the Green Bay Packers. That app is available for iPhone, and Android users only. Sorry, Motorola Razr. Upgrade.
Yes, upgrade for sure. Hey, special thank you to our sponsors as Josh gets his throwing arm ready to go.
Got to get my A-Rod arm ready.
Yeah, Shopco, you should see my arm. Shopco, the official hometown store of the Green Bay Packers. How about Potawatomi Hotel and Casino, your destination or your entertainment destination? By the way, I would be remiss if I didn't mention that Potawatomi was our Clubhouse Live Challenge sponsor, and I want to read a plug out to them as well because I missed that because you distracted me, Josh. But be sure this month at Potawatomi Hotel and Casino, win your share of over $500,000 in cash and prizes. More at paysbig.com/Route 66. All right, so more to our sponsors and friends. Concrete Cutters, serving our community for over 38 years. Escort Limousine Service, the preferred limousine service of the Green Bay Packers. And finally, the Paper Valley Hotel. So Josh Jones, I'm giving you the final word tonight. What do you have to say?
I tweeted this, I think, yesterday. Never get too high on the highs and never get too low on the lows. That applies to everything in life, no matter what you're going through, whether it's good or bad. If it's good, stay humble, stay hungry. Obviously, that's what I was always told growing up. But just thank God for everything that you have, and if it's bad, still just thank God for somebody else in a situation that's pretty much worse than yours. So I think I dropped on my knees, and just always appreciate that I'm able to open my eyes and just walk this beautiful earth each and every day. Tomorrow's not promised, so appreciate the loved ones. Tell a loved one you love them if you can. So that's all I got to say.
Very good. I love it. Yeah, keep those claps coming for the birthday boy, Josh Jones, Ricardo, Margaret, and the Clubhouse Live crew. I am Brett Christopherson saying so long. Be back here next Monday at 6:30 p.m. as we celebrate a big Packers victory over the Washington Redskins with this guy, Green Bay Packers safety, Josh Jones. Mean Gene, take it away.
Concrete Cutters is the area's leader in egress window installation. Egress windows are a critical safety requirement in any finished lower level, and no one offers Concrete Cutters' combination of experience and technology. Concrete Cutters is a distributor of Rockwell egress window wells, bringing natural light into your basement and creating a safe, easy exit in an emergency. Rockwell products are built to last and come with a 10-year limited warranty. Learn more about egress window installation at concretecutters.net. Give us a call or stop in and see us at 1020 Prospect Lane in Kokona.